Hi everybody! I'm going to show you today how to do some weaving with these faux cedar strips. So these are the ones that are made out of, they're just photocopied onto paper, but they do look a little bit like yellow cedar and red cedar. So we're going to do some weaving today, and we're just going to do a simple over-under sort of checkerboard pattern. So at the end we're going to make a little fish. You'll see what that looks like. So I've already cut my strips out. So I've left the little strip at the top that says do not cut off on the top, and I just cut apart all the other strips in between all the strips so they're ready to go. And I did the same one with the red cedar ones. So the first thing you want to do is sometimes it's kind of hard to work with it if it's moving around. So I've got a little bit of tape and I'm just going to tape it down. Now you don't have to do this, but it does make it just a little bit easier to work with. So I'm going to tape mine down on both ends, and I'm going to take my other one and I'm going to put it down across the top like this, so that it's one's going down and the other one's going across. And I'm just going to tape that down as well. And I want them to sort of match up right on the edge. Oh, got a little bit too close with that. So I'm going to put that one there. There we go. Now, I find it way easier to start if you fold back all of the ones that are on the top. So we folded it all back like this. And we're going to fold them all back so that we're ready to go. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over and under our strips here. So I'm going to take my first strip here, my red cedar strip, and I'm going to go over the first one, and then I'm going to go under the next one, and we're going to go all the way down. So it goes like this. It goes over, and then it goes under, and it goes over this one, and under the next one, and then over, and then under, and all the way to the bottom until you get to the end. So it's always going over and under, over and under. And when you're done the strip, you should see a pattern. You should see over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Now we're ready for the next one. Now the next one, because the last one we went over, the first one we're going to go under. So here we go. It's going to go under. And if you want, if it's in your way and it's hard to hold with your fingers, you can just fold it. Just fold it right back. That won't hurt the pattern at all. So we can go under. And sometimes people do it this way. This is sort of a fast way of doing it. You can say every other one I'm going to fold back. So all the ones that I went over last time, I'm going to fold back. So I'm going to fold that one back. I'm going to fold this one back. I'm going to fold this one back. I'm going to fold this one back. This is another way to do it. It's kind of a little bit, I like this way. I think it's kind of easy to do this. And then I just go lay it right down on top, and then I flip all my strips back over. And you can see how it works. Now, I have seen some cedar weavers, and I find that this is the method that they usually use, rather than tucking in and out each time. Instead, what they do is they fold back the strips so that you can just lay the next strip down. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on the next strip. So I'm going to look to see which ones were the ones that went on top, and now I'm going to put those ones back. I'm going to fold those ones back. So everywhere where I see the dark cedar strip, I'm going to fold it back. This one here, I'm going to fold it back. And this one here, I'm going to fold it back. And then I just lay down the next strip. And I'm just going to finish the rest. I'm going to flip it back over. I'm going to finish the rest quickly so that you can see what it looks like when it's done. Okay, now I'm done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take these parts here and I'm going to fold them back. So when you flip it over, it's really important to grab right here in the corner pinch those two pieces together, because if you don't hold them when you're flipping it over, sometimes it comes apart. So I'm holding it here, and I'm going to untape my stuff from the table, and I'm going to flip it over. Now, once I've flipped it over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of tape. I'm going to tape it here on the corner so that it doesn't come apart. I'm just going to use one of these, this little bit of extra tape here that I have. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to tape here. You could use a glue stick as well. I'm just going to use tape because I've got it right here. So I'm going to tape it together, and that way it's not going to fall apart. So now it's not going to fall apart. I can hold it like this. But I'm also going to take these edges, these white strips, and I'm going to fold them over. Again, you could use a glue stick if you want. And I'm just going to tape them down this way with the leftover tape that I had from the table. I'm going to tape this over here like this. There we go. So now, when you look over here, we have kind of something that looks a little bit like a fish. So if you want to make yours a little bit more like a fish, kind of looks like an angelfish, you can add an eye. You can just get a piece of paper and cut it out. I'm going to grab that in just a second. Let's see. So I've got my eye here, and I'm just going to put a circle in it to make it look like it has a pupil. There we go. So now there's my fish. I'm just going to hold the camera up a little bit higher so you can see it. There we go. And of course you'd want to tape or glue down that eye so it doesn't come apart.